sorry, I was just trying to get my homework done because I was very lazy yesterday and didn't get it done. I'm so sorry about that. So, hi, are you the kid I'm supposed to show around today? Yeah, it's your first day, right? Okay, okay. I have you, and then I have another person, I think later, so I kind of got you two mixed up, and I kind of ran out of time when it came to this, but that's fine. So, what's your name again? Okay, okay. So it's nice to meet you. I'm Michaela, and sorry if you kind of got lost coming to here. I know the library is massive, and you can get lost really easily. But it is a really good place. It's nobody comes here. It's pretty nice. There's a cafe downstairs, so I personally really enjoyed being here. So yeah, it's don't let like being at a new school deter you away from making friends and feeling comfortable. Like I moved all the time as a kid, so trust me, I know how it feels. So can I actually have your schedule? That was what I was going to ask first, just so that I know like where to go and all that, where to show you. Okay. Okay, you got English. Okay. Okay. Oh, I actually had her for history. You'll like her. And you and I have the same lunch, so I'll show you around. Then too, just so like you know, just a little bit here and there. Like I said, it's a really big school. I know I got lost when I was a freshman, so I know it can be a little bit difficult. Okay, so I'm going to real quick write down the, where is it? I know I have it somewhere. Oh, I'm going to write down the bell schedules for you, just so that you know, how that goes. I don't think they really give you they're supposed to give you a piece of paper that has the bell schedules on there, but I don't think they give them to new students. It's only for like first day of school type of things, and I don't know why they just don't do it in general. So you have 7, 32, 8, 15, and then you do know that we have a study hall period right before first, right? It's like 15 minutes. They pretty much let you do whatever you want. A lot of people come to the library, or they'll just wander the halls. It's basically just like getting your homework done, I guess, or other school activities. And then 2 to 11. Okay. That's 3. Yeah, 3. Okay. Sorry, like when you're a senior and you have a half day and you get out like at 12, it's like a little bit harder to put down the other 2 periods that normal kids have, like the younger classmen have, because I'm not used to it. Especially like when you come at like in the middle of the year, it kind of gets a little weird, and yeah. Okay, so I wrote down the bell schedule for you just so that you don't get confused. We do have 7 minutes in between each class, and that's just because that's like locker time. Again, big school, a whole bunch of lockers, and like the teachers will understand if you're like a minute or two late because you couldn't get your locker open, which has happened to me multiple times. So yeah, when you go to each class, they will not give you a syllabus that they would give you, like say at the beginning of the year, like on the actual first day of school. If anything, they'll just give you like a condensed version of it all, of like what you need to get. So like for example, English is your second class. So English is a really tough class just in general because freshman and sophomore year is like kind of setting you up for your senior year, and let's just say you have a lot of stuff to do. So I'll just show you what's in my bag real quick. So what you'll need is notebook. I usually use the composition notebooks, and I've used it so much that it's like my name is not on there anymore. I personally like the composition notebooks just because they're smaller, and for one, you don't have to rip the pages out. Like the teachers will never ask you to rip pages out of your notebook. If anything, they'll just give you papers to use, or computers like the iPad. I'm taking chemistry right now, and they make you use the iPad, and it's a very slow system because they're using the older ones, and it's really hard. But yeah, you'll need a composition notebook. You'll also need, so we do like quarterly book reports, and so for this quarter I'm doing Lolita. I'm like almost done with it too. I think I'm on, I can't remember which page. I'm on like chapter 26, I think. I like completely lost my note. Oh, I completely forgot my bookmark. Well, you know what? I'll figure it out. That'll happen to you because I read Pride and Prejudice last quarter, and that was already a big enough book for me as is. And side to that, we also do Shakespeare plays, and this year we're on Hamilton. I think freshmen do Romeo and Juliet. Sophomores do Midsummer's Night Dream, and then juniors do Julius Caesar. Yeah, and then we do Hamlet. Seniors do Hamlet. So yeah, you can always like either buy the book. I know I did it. I bought it from like a bookstore that was going out of business, and so I got it for like $2. But you can also rent the book out from the teacher themselves. I think they do it like 50 cents a week. Just because they're on a very limited amount of books, because most of the kids usually buy them. And also a folder. Folders are usually really good to have. Just in case they like give you any assignments to do. A lot of them is group work though. Same thing with math. I know you're taking a year ahead of algebra, and I personally don't like algebra. I was more of like a geometry type of kid, but algebra you'll also need a comp notebook. I'll show you what mine was, or is for this year. Yeah, because unfortunately you go algebra, geometry, then algebra, and I hate it. So this is the notebook for this year, and it's like I haven't used a good half of it because a lot of it is like packet work and that you have to turn in. So like every Monday they'll give you a packet and you have like 2 weeks to do it, and it's like this thick. I'm not even kidding. It's so stupid. So that's usually for that. Also, for, since you're taking theater's a very, how do I put this in a nice way? I took theater my freshman year thinking that I would like it, and I didn't. Theater's very crazy, mainly because we have 2 teachers. I would recommend getting a planner for that class. I have this one for chemistry, just because chemistry, and I also do science club, which is a very bad choice. But I would choose getting a planner for theater, mainly because it's a lot of volunteer hours that you have to do, whether that's like in or outside of the class. They'll like, the teachers will make you like, not like do the stagecraft class, they'll not make you do it, but they'll definitely have you help. It's kind of mandatory for each theater kid to help with the plays, like backstage, like crew member wise. I know I did makeup and wardrobe, and that was just for 1 semester too, and then for the next semester I did lighting, and that was like the most terrible decision I ever made, was lighting. You can always have a say in it with which one you choose. Me thinking that I could handle doing lighting, and lighting's like really hard to do, especially in theater. I would definitely have you do that, just because it's a lot easier. And when it comes to outside sources of volunteering, it's like, you don't really get a say in it. You can either like help out another club. It's kind of like an end of the year thing where you have to have a certain amount of hours, and they'll give you where you need to go, whether that's like to another club, which is actually how I got into science club, because I liked it so much that I just decided to stay in it. Sometimes they'll help you out, like they'll make you do ROTC, they'll make you help them out. Sometimes it's art class. I did art for 1 week, and then I quit because art is hard for me to do. But yeah, I also didn't really like the teacher. And then we got a new teacher last year, and then I met her, and she was actually really nice. But yeah, that's usually how that goes. And I'll actually give you that back. I'm sorry, I don't know why I could. But yeah, also, did they give you a map of the school? No? Okay. I might actually, during lunch, I will go to the main office and print one out, just because I know where they're at. I don't know why they didn't give you one. I guess they maybe thought that I would. Okay. So, I'm just gonna give you a general, go to a different page, give you a general look on how the school is supposed to be. Okay, so you have the main office right here, and that connects to the library. Here we are. And that's like the front entrance. And okay, we got that. So the buildings can be a little bit hard to learn because they're in different numbers. So we have the 600 hall, the 700 hall. Got the cafeteria right here. got that one, and that connects to that. Okay, I did a really terrible job, like, showing this. Okay, so, okay. I did a really job, like, writing this, but basically, this is how the school looks. So we have the, library that we're in, and this connects to the main office, which I think you went through, right? Yeah, okay. And then obviously this is like the entrance, like where you get dropped off. Buses are right over here, and I'll show you where this is at because it's actually a lot more further away than what I drew. Auditorium, also known as the 400 Hall. And then you go right, and usually there's like this road, kind of. It's where this whole section meets the entrance. There's like another gate right here, and this is the 700 Hall is basically like dance. ROTC is there. I'm trying to think. Cheerleaders. Their classroom is kind of like connected to the dance hall. It's like a second dance hall. I don't know why, but that's where that is. And then 600 Hall is kind of for like the miscellaneous classes. Like I know computer science is in this class. All the art buildings are like right in this section at the end. Like I know art and pottery and the photography class is all in that same section too. And then we have the cafeteria, and I did a really bad job showing where the lunch tables would necessarily be at, and this is kind of like the courtyard area. And then going up, there's like stairs here. There's like going up the stairs, we have the 300 Hall, and that's kind of where the history classes would be. Like history, there's like a theater class like right here. Even though they usually teach it in the auditorium, like they like go back and forth, so be prepared. And then 200 Hall is like the math building, math and English, I guess. And then we have the 100 Hall, which is usually like the science and also the language. Like I know Spanish is taught here. We have 2 Spanish teachers. One, I have no words to describe that lady. She is so mean. Like I really don't. And then the other guy, he's actually French, but he teaches Spanish because we don't teach French here, which I think is really stupid. Yeah, and technically the library is considered the 500 Hall. That's why there's no 500, which I don't understand at all. But yeah, that's basically how that is. So, with your schedule, can I see it again? So with your schedule, it's actually going to be, so first period is actually going to be in the 600 Hall, along with, 600, it's going to be reading. So media production is actually kind of like the morning announcements, but you do get to learn a lot about photography in that class, even though it's not technically considered a photography class. You get to learn a lot about like cameras and the Adobe Premiere and Photoshop and all that. So that's going to be your first. And then second's actually, I actually know what that class is. So, second, and then theater is going to be third. I'm trying to think of biology. It's actually right here on the cusp. I took biology as a freshman, and it was interesting, to say the least. We had a very interesting teacher that ended up getting fired later that year. In algebra, you go back to the second 100, which I think is right here. And then dance is actually really fun. Dance is, I think, way easier. Like, it's an easy A. It's way easier to do than theater. Mainly because theater kids have a lot of drama. Like, if the school had a drama tier list, I feel like it would be choir and theater kids would be at the very top, and then our OTC kids, and then everybody else was it's just kind of like, nah. That's usually how that is. But yeah, so what that is. Okay. So we're just gonna go from here to the 600 all for your first period, and then you go. It's like a little trail. There's like a little ramp right here. Like, I'll show you. It's like a little ramp that kind of connects there. And then you can just follow that to your second period. And then you have your third period. These all connect by the bathrooms, by the way, which I think is very strange, but that's just how it is. To your third, that's where the theater room is. And then you go all the way. You're going to have to go outside for this one, however. For the fourth period, and then you go back down to 5, and then for your last class it's going to be all the way over there. Now, trust me, I know how hard it could be to figure it out, especially the layout, I guess, of the school, just because of how big it is. Not to mention, if you have one class all the way up here and then you have another all the way down there, it's very hard, and you may think you get lost, and you probably will, but I think you'll be fine. I know last year I had what did I have? I had oceanography in the 100 hall, and then I had dance. I had dance all the way on the 700, and it was like really hard for me to like go to my locker and then go all the way across the other side of the school, and I didn't even have dance for long. I only had it for like a quarter. No, I only had it for a semester. That's why, because I got my schedule changed. That's what it is. And if you also want to get your schedule changed, that's like completely fine. They let you do it, especially if there's an inconvenience, or if you just don't like the class or the teacher. That was a lot of instances for that Spanish teacher I was telling you about. A lot of people switched to her class or switched out of it. Also, the bus lot. So if you take the bus, you just go over there, and then the field. Usually you don't go to the field unless you have PE, which you don't, so that's fine. So yeah, I feel like I should probably put my stuff away now. Also, highlighters. Highlighters are a big thing in theater. Theater's really a chaotic mess of a class. It's fun, but it's really hard. They make us do, I think, like 12 monologues for the whole year. 6, yeah, no, 6, yeah, because it's winter break. Okay, yeah, if I remember correctly, it's been so long since I've had that class, and that's why I didn't go back to it. It's fun, but like, there's a lot of stuff to do, especially because the teachers expect you to already know the material and all that, and when you kind of act out of character or something like that, they just really don't take it. And it's a very professional type of class. They make you be very professional with it. They really don't give you a lot of creativity, which is also why I didn't take it. I feel like for theater, they should give you the creativity to do your own monologues, like, because you have to pick it from a book. That's what there's like. You can't do your own, which was very upsetting because I remember I got yelled at for doing that. Which is why I kind of liked art a little bit better, especially when the new teacher came in. But yeah, that's how it is here. But yeah, I will go and I'll give you the tour now. I'm just gonna put my stuff away. And then I think I'll give you this map as kind of like a guide afterwards, unless you don't need it. But yeah, that's usually how that goes. Let me see. Also for cafeteria and yeah, not cafeteria. For the cafe downstairs, for here, it's free as long as you have your ID to show that, like, I don't know, that you're actually going to school here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. I don't know why they do that. I guess it's a safety thing, but that's how the cafe is. It's actually pretty nice, even though they don't really have a lot of selections. In the winter time, they do give us like hot chocolate, but it's really gross hot chocolate. It's like one of those. It's the things on the stick that are like chocolate balls, I guess, and then you just kind of mix it around. It's weird. I don't know why they do it, but it's disgusting. I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, let's go and get you all set up. Do you know where your locker is, by the way? I completely forgot to ask. Okay. And you have the combination I saw on the back. Yeah, on the back of the thing. Okay, I'll show you where that is. It's a good thing that they give us a long time between classes to do that. Otherwise, it'd be very difficult. So yeah, well, let's go ahead and do that. And also, I'll show you where the bathrooms are too, because there's only the ones in the hall. And I believe the only one in the 700 building is the ROTC classroom. That's it. I don't know why it's only in there, but I'll show you where it is. Right?